What's up, Gila golfers? Welcome to this week's episode of The Sweet Spot.
Yep, and today we are talking about foot golf.
Footgolf.
Yep, you heard it right.
An alternative version of golf played with a football.
And the feet instead of golf clubs. Yep.
So is this how you play, John? Instead of swinging, you are swinging.
Yeah, so I tried it out. I went out to the Bukit Jelutong Golf Center, which is the kind of like the headquarters of Footgolf Malaysia.
Okay.
Yeah, and I caught up with Jeff Cotton.
That got them? Okay.
Yep, who's a general manager and co-founder of Footgolf Malaysia.
Interesting.
Yep, and I went out with him, chatted about, told me a bit about foot golf, how it started, what their plans are, how they're growing. And he shared that foot golf has actually introduced golf, or at least a golf course, to people who had no idea what golf is all about.
Interesting.
Yep.
So your target market has just grown to a different dimension, right? Because a lot more people are coming down to the golf courses to play foot golf.
And there's a league going on as well.
There is, and it's sponsored by Micro Leap.
Yep.
And you also caught up with Matthew Fernandez, who's the
Correct.
COO of Micro Leap. And it's a weekly tournament.
Correct. It's a weekly league. So kind of like the EPL, I think it's a period of 6 months, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, so very noble of Micro League to sponsor this league, which you have many teams taking part. And it's cool. You see them coming out in like football jerseys, but it's on a golf course.
Something we've never been exposed to.
Maybe Man United should take up football.
I like that cheap shot. Well, no, but I'll give it to you. I like that.
Yeah.
And looking at the way they're doing now. But anyway, so before we go on to the interviews, as always, we were going to give you guys giveaways from
Correct.
Gila golfers. This week's all about a flight of 5 people.
5.
Playing in Bukit Jelutong. All you have to do is answer 3 questions.
Yep.
1 answer, tag 3 friends.
And hashtag Gila Golfers
Gila
and
golfers.
the Sweet Spot.
Sweet Spot. And like the pages, and you, with another 4 friends, stand a chance to play foot golf at Bukit Jelutong. Check it out.
Hello, Gila Golfers. Today we are going to look at a very unique sport, foot golf, which is a combination of golf and, as you can see, football. And I'm here today at Footgolf Malaysia at Bukit Jelutong. We're going to take a look at how the game is played and the rules and plans for the Micro League Footgolf Malaysia League. Check it out. I'm going to tee off now.
Golf is the amalgamation of 2 sports, football and golf. Very much played exactly like golf. You have your par 3s, par 4s and par 5s. You have stroke play, match play. Little variations on the rules in terms of when you go into a hazard and a bunker, etc. But pretty much very similar. For 9 holes, it usually takes roughly about 1 hour to play, depending on your skill level. And for 18, then you're just doubling up for about 2 hours. For typical lengths of the course, you would look at roughly anywhere between 100 to 200 meters for par 4s and par 5s, and under 100 meters for par 3s. Here we have at Bukit Jelutong, we're quite lucky. So we have our holes on the greens, but when we go on golf courses, we're not allowed to go on their greens because they're very delicate. So our holes are usually off to the side on the fairways. So we try and find undulations and stuff like that to be able to put a hole. Okay, foot golf was first introduced in 2017 in November. My business partner Jason Winter came down to Bukit Jelutong and had an open day here. And then after that, he tried to secure the land itself. So we officially opened in August 2018. Introducing a new sport into Malaysia is quite tough. The few things that we had to navigate is try and not make it look like it was going to be a gimmick sport and that it was something serious. So we do have a social side and a serious side to football. But it was slow at first, but the pandemic just changed everything. It just changed from, having maybe 20, 30 flights to maybe 300, 400 flights coming down. Because we were the only place that you could actually kick a ball after the very first MCO. So then just from there, Footgolf became more like a lifestyle sport, and now we're consistent with numbers every month. I would estimate there are maybe 3,000 to 5,000 people that are playing Footgolf during 1 month. I mean, now we have Bukit Jelutong, we have Bandar Utama, there's another course coming up in Pahang, and also in Johor Bahru. We ourselves, we have about 250 plus members that come down week in, week out, and we're seeing that increase month on month. In terms of demographic, we see people coming down majority is from 18 all the way up to about 55 years old. So it goes from young to old, straight across the board. We also have the younger generation that come down with families to enjoy at the same time, but primarily it's 18 to 55-year-olds. When it comes down in terms of percentage of golfers and foot golfers, I would say maybe 30% golfers and 70% footballers. One thing lovely about Footgolf is it's introducing a new demographic to a golf course. Not many people have played on a golf course at all, and they don't get to enjoy the scenery and the design and so forth. So they get to understand how golf is played. You can't just simply come down and just kick a ball. You have to have a plan A and a plan B in case anything goes wrong. So I think it's helping golf industry in terms of introducing people to the sport, but we hope also it would help bring in a new revenue stream for the struggling golf courses throughout Malaysia. Okay, the Footgolf Association Malaysia has been set up. But due to the pandemic, we've had to put a lot of things on hold. So essentially what's going to happen with the Footgolf Association Malaysia is to at least get a presence in 5 states, so 5 state clubs. From there, we're going to do some grassroots development, and then hopefully with the expansion of the courses in Malaysia, then we can introduce Footgolf further afield. We hope to have the Footgolf Asia Cup here in Malaysia. Hopefully it will be in 2022 because there's a World Cup in 2023. So in 2019, 10 of us went over to Australia and took part in our first international tournament. Unfortunately, we came 4th. We just missed out on 3rd place to China, but it was a wealth of experience for us, traveling abroad and playing international tournaments who have been playing for about 10 years almost before we came aboard. So we hope the next tournaments that we have will do a lot better, considering now we have a lot more knowledge and a lot more players now too.
I'm here with Matthew Fernandez, the Chief Operating Officer of Micro League, who are the title sponsor of the Footgolf Malaysia League. Matt, thank you so much for supporting this new sport.
Yep.
Why did Micro League go into football?
Well, I think first things first, we were fans of the sport. Both myself, Tumirani, my partner, is also happens to be the president of the Footgolf Association in Malaysia. As you can tell, from 2018, we've been part of the whole thing. We've already been playing every tournament. We've always had a team, and then it just kind of made sense. We were trying to basically lean on this whole popularity of Footgolf because it's really come up these last few years in particular, as Jeff has mentioned. And yeah, so we took it as a great opportunity to work together with these boys, and happy to be the title sponsor.
So Matt, as you can see behind us, there are some teams that are taking part in the Micro League Footgolf League. This is the inaugural season. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about how it works.
Yep, sure thing. There, I know over 20 teams, 160 players, and it'll be played over 5 months. The whole point of this whole league is to start to differentiate the strong teams, the weak teams, and they're gonna, if I'm mistaken, will get the relegation, Premier League, Championship thing sorted out. So that is something we're quite exciting. We're actually looking forward to seeing next season because it's going to be a bit more filled out and spread out over the different states in Malaysia.
Yeah, man. I mean, just looking around, there's so many people playing football now. What's the attraction of the sport? What makes it appeal to such a broad demographic?
I think it's that flexibility for me. You've got, as Jeff correctly mentioned, I'm not really a golfer myself. I've only just starting to actually piqued my interest in golf again because of football. Because it's quite natural that you tend to learn more about the game. How to read the greens. As I'm learning slowly but surely again. Because maybe in high school is when I last played, so it's a long time since I played golf. But this is such an easy sport to pick up as well. You've got kids playing who obviously all they do is just kick straight. But sometimes that's all you need to do, keep it on the greens, And so families, mix, we play with our friends all the time. So it's a nice community kind of feel. It's that I think is the biggest draw of football. It's really easy because the objective is simple, just like golf. Get the ball into the hole. Straightforward.
Easier said than done. Okay.
Exactly. In fact, the footballers can go maybe in 2 kicks, and then they'll take 6 shots and screw it all up over there at the short game. So just like golf. Yeah, exactly. So that's it was great. That's where I think that's the attraction. I think for football, it's that is the right word is amalgamation. So yes, that is the beautiful thing about this game.
Fabulous. Why don't we go kick around with you, bros?
Yeah, man. My right leg, I think I can do.
Thanks, man.
Cheers, man.